Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Music Den. I'm, of course, your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day, evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you happen to be watching this. In this video, I'm going to be doing another album spotlight. But before I get to that, I need to do a bit of an announcement here. There were two videos I was supposed to be doing, one with Bill Schuster for New Music Discovery, The Tea Party, and Mr. Brian McFadden on live album series part two on Rush, Exit Stage Left. Uh, Things happened on their end, so we had to reschedule the tapings. So once we get them done, I will get them uploaded for you to watch and hopefully enjoy as quick as I can. And I want to thank you for your patience, your understanding, and your continued support of the channel. Moving on to album spotlight. This is on a band that I have not covered yet on the channel. And listening to this album, I'm surprised I bloody well didn't. The band is Living Color, and the album is their debut, Vivid. Living Color formed in New York City in 1984 um, through the guitarist, and lead singer at the time, Vernon Reid. He put a band together. Vernon Reid, to me, is considered an unsung hero. Um, I think that this guy is bloody brilliant on the guitar. To me, he's a virtuoso. He's one of these musicians that lives for music and lives and breathes through his guitar. Um, he formed Living Color. Um, they signed to Epic Records through their association with Mick Jagger because it's been touted that Mick Jagger, in fact, discovered in Living Color and got them a contract with CBS, Epic, due to the fact that the Stones at the time were signed to CBS Records. Vivid was released on May 2nd, 1988 on Epic, produced by Ed Stasium and Mick Jagger. Ed Stasium, also producer, engineer extraordinaire, has worked with many artists, would go on to work with The Tea Party in 1995 on their EMI Canada release of Edges of Twilight, also released in the US and the UK on Chrysalis. Um, Vivid would go on to reach number 6 in the US charts, would go on to attain a double platinum status in the US, meaning 2 million copies sold as of 1994. The album clocks in at just around 44 minutes, and from track 1 to track 11, it is packed, and I mean packed, with heavy drums, guitar riffs, bass galore, like you would not believe, and soaring vocals. Um, Living Color have been classified as a funk metal, alt rock, hard rock band, and they are exactly that. In fact, when I first saw their videos on Much Music in Canada, it was the first time that I had seen an African American hard rock band. Like, they're not R&B. They're not funk in the classic sense of funk. They are a balls to the wall hard rock band. There were 5 singles released from Vivid. Middleman, which really didn't do make much of a dent on the charts. Call to Personality, um, Open Letter to a Landlord, Funky Vibe, and Glamour Boys. Glamour Boys features Mick Jagger on backup vocals and production. Um, this album is a slice of uh, the state of America in the eyes of the band members and what they felt they were going through at the time. Call to Personality, the lead off track and the second single from the album, basically is talking about individuals who place too much importance and emphasis on an idea, building it up in their mind, not necessarily an individual, but building up an idea in their mind to the point where that idea the idealism that they're thinking about, overtakes everything else in their lives. The lyrics that say, I am whoever you want me to be. I am the cult of personality. Other lyrics, when a leader speaks, that leader dies. You don't have to follow me. Only you can set me free. So it's talking about people who, again, hold on to an idea or an idealism and build it up in their mind to the point where that belief overtakes everything else, which can only lead to destruction on some level and hindrances. Up next is a track called I Want to Know, which basically it's a relationship song. And I don't mean, when I say basically, I don't mean, in a bad way. Middleman comes next, which was the lead off single. Desperate People. Um, and I should also uh, put a little caveat. All the tracks are written by members of the band. Vernon Reid, lead guitarist, basically wrote all of the tracks. And the majority of the tracks are written by him and Glover. There are some tracks that are credited to the entire band as a whole. Um, Desperate, Desperate People is track 4. Sorry, guys. Um, Again, it's another look on a commentary on people in their lives and what they have to do in order to get by and get through. Open Letter to a Landlord is was one of the singles. I believe it was the third single, and it is an emotional track. It is a very poignant track. Uh, and it's basically talking about people who live in the inner cities and using talking about their lives and saying, you can, the lyrics that say in the chorus, you can burn a building down, but you can't erase memories. Meaning that, you know, um, you're looking at where I live and you're saying that I live in a slum or that where I live isn't good enough to you. But who are you to say that? To you, this may be a slum, but to me, this is my home. This is my heart. This is my life. And who are you to say that it's any less than what it is to me? You know? Fantastic track. There was a video for it, you can see it on YouTube. It's a very emotional, emotive, and poignant track. As heavy as it can be, it's very emotional. Up next, track 6 is a track called Funky Vibe, and featuring members of Public Enemy on commentary rap, Flavor Flav most notably, and it's basically talking about racial profiling in the U.S. And of course, that can be viewed in anywhere in the world these days. But it's basically saying, as much as you want to say it doesn't exist, racial profiling does exist, and it is damaging. Uh, Beautiful, beautiful. Track, and when I say beautiful, I mean it's a scathing look at racial profiling. Up next is a cover of Talking Heads track called "Memories Can't Wait." Another Vernon Reid track comes in called Broken Hearts. And again, it's someone that's talking about his life and looking at society and thinking, could I have done more for you? Could I have done more to help my fellow man? Could I have done more in general, just to be of help? And Muskillings does a fantastic bass solo on this. There is a good kind of like call and response on the guitar solo with Vernon Reid and Muskillings. Fantastic track. Beautiful. Next up is a fun track, Glamour Boys. I think it's the last single to be released from the album. Featuring Mick Jagger on background vocals on production. Um, Another Vernon Reid track, and it's just a fun, funky piece of music. I mean, there's a lot of seriousness going on in this album in terms of the subject matter. This is just a good, fun funk track, and I think it's great. Um, you know, Will Calhoun on drums, he can lay down a heavy drum beat and be ferocious on the drums, but he can also have a light touch and do a good funky uh, drum track when he wants to on it, like a drum rhythm. Up next is What's Your Favorite Color? Track 10, Funk Personified. And it starts off with Corey Glover yelling at what's your favorite color? And it goes into a funk groove like no one's business. Amazing, amazing. Very little vocals. They're playing around on the track, but funk personified. Amazing. Um, Track 11, another Vernon Reid track, Which Way to America. 3 minutes plus of just searing, blistering guitar, drums, bass, and just somebody questioning what is America in 1988 or in the 80s, going into the 90s. What are we as a country or as a society? Are we all that we can be? Have we done enough for inclusion, for assistance? Have we done enough, period? And the question is left open. Seriously. And that's not just, that sentiment is not just directed at America. That's directed at Canada. That's directed at Europe, Middle East, anywhere. So this album holds a lot more validity today than, you know, than what was just passed off as, you know, four guys in a hard rock band doing the debut album. This album packs a hell of a punch. It's fantastic. It has social validity. It has merit. It counts. It should be in uh, top 10 lists all over the place. Okay. This album was popular eventually when it did come out. It was listed as one of the best albums of 1988, but it took a long time to get there, to get that notoriety. So please, guys, let me know what you think of Vivid from Living Color. You can stream it on YouTube. You can get it as a reissue. There's a 2002 reissue featuring live tracks from, I believe, other venues such as CBGB's, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But I do know on the reissue there is a cover of the Clash's Should I Stay or Should I Go? So please check that out. Check it out on YouTube. Let me know what you think of Living Color and Vivid down there, down below in the comments. And yeah, I mean, you really should check this album out. And if you haven't yet, there's always time. Please do. And again, let me know what you think. So that's it for now. I will see you soon with another video. Please take care of yourselves and one another. Bye for now.